When death is only a few steps away, most people freeze. Their hands shake. Their minds go blank. But what if the real power is not in fighting harder, but in staying calm when everything around you is falling apart? In Outlander, death is not rare. It is not shocking. It is normal. The world is harsh, cold, and full of danger. War is always close. Soldiers ride through villages without warning. Men are punished in public. Women are not safe. Illness spreads fast, and there are no modern hospitals to save you. One wrong word can lead to prison. One wrong move can lead to a sword at your throat. In this world, fear is a daily companion. From the first moment we step into this story, we understand something important. Survival is not about being the strongest man in the room. It is not about shouting the loudest. It is about control. Control of breath. Control of thought. Control of emotion. Because when panic takes over, mistakes follow. And in this time, mistakes mean death. Think about the setting. The Scottish Highlands are beautiful, but they are also wild and unforgiving. Battles are fought with blades and muskets. Blood is seen up close. There is no safe distance from pain. Families are torn apart by war. Loyalties shift. Trust can be broken in a second. Even love can put someone in danger. Every choice carries risk. Every day could be the last. Yet in the middle of all this chaos, some people stand still. They do not run. They do not scream. They think. They observe. They wait for the right moment to act. That calmness is not weakness. It is power. When a crowd gathers to watch a punishment, you can feel the fear in the air. The sound of chains. The silence before a sentence is given. Many would collapse under that pressure. But the ones who survive are the ones who steady their breathing. They focus on what they can control. They do not waste energy on what they cannot change. That mindset becomes their shield. And here is the truth the show quietly teaches us. Fear is natural. Even the bravest person feels it. The heart beats faster. The body prepares for danger. But calmness is a decision. It is choosing not to let fear drive your actions. It is slowing your thoughts when everything inside you wants to react fast. In a world where death is always near, that decision can mean the difference between life and loss. The danger in this story does not only come from battlefields, it comes from quiet rooms where deals are made. It comes from whispers behind closed doors. It comes from betrayal by someone you trusted. That kind of danger is even harder to face. You cannot fight it with a sword. You fight it with patience, with silence, with careful words. Staying calm in those moments is harder than facing an enemy in open combat. There are times when characters stand inches away from execution. Time seems to slow down. The world becomes quiet. In those seconds, panic would be easy. Panic would be human. But instead, we see steady eyes. We see measured breaths. We see minds working quickly but smoothly. That calm energy changes the direction of events. It creates space for hope. Living in constant danger could break a person. It could turn them bitter, angry, or reckless. But instead, some become sharper, more focused. They learn to read people. They learn to sense threats before they grow. They learn that fear does not have to control them. That lesson is not learned in comfort. It is learned in pain. The world of this story forces people to grow fast. There's no time for long grief. No time to hide. If you fall apart, the world keeps moving without you. So the strongest characters build an inner stillness, a quiet center inside themselves. Even when the outside world is loud and violent, that inner place remains steady, and that is where true survival begins. Because when death is always near, calmness becomes more than a trait. It becomes a weapon. It becomes protection. It becomes hope. When blood is on her hands and a life is slipping away, she does not scream. She does not panic. She focuses. In Outlander, the world around Claire Fraser is violent and unpredictable. Men fight with swords. Guns fire without warning. Illness spreads through villages like wildfire. But when others step back in fear, Claire steps forward. Not because she is fearless, but because she understands something powerful. Panic wastes time, and time is life. Claire was trained as a nurse during war. She has seen torn flesh, broken bones, and dying soldiers before. She knows the smell of blood. She knows the sound a person makes when they are close to death. But what makes her different is not just skill. It is her ability to quiet her mind when chaos explodes around her. When someone is injured, her thoughts become clear and direct. Stop the bleeding. Clean the wound. Find tools. Think of the next step. She breaks a terrifying situation into small actions. Instead of thinking this person is going to die, she thinks, what can I do right now? That small shift changes everything. There are moments when a room is filled with shouting. People cry. Someone begs for help. The air feels heavy with fear. But Claire's voice stays steady. She gives simple instructions. Boil water. Hold him still. Bring cloth. Her calm tone slowly spreads to others. The room becomes less wild, less frantic. Her steadiness becomes a center point for everyone else. Staying calm does not mean she does not feel pain. She feels it deeply. She cares deeply. That is why she fights so hard to save lives. But she understands that emotions must wait. There will be time to cry later. There will be time to shake later. In the moment, there is only action. One of her greatest strengths is logic. When faced with danger, she does not let old beliefs or fear guide her. She uses knowledge. She studies symptoms. She remembers past cases. Even when others doubt her because she is a woman, she does not lose control. She stands firm, speaks clearly, and defends what she knows is right. That quiet confidence often saves more than one life. There are times when Claire herself is in danger. Threatened, held against her will, surrounded by people who want to silence her. In those moments, her mind does not collapse. It sharpens. She watches carefully. She listens. She waits for the right second to act. Fear may rise inside her, but she does not let it show. Because showing fear can give power to the wrong person. What makes her calm so powerful is that it is built on purpose. She knows who she is. She is a healer. Her role is to protect life whenever possible. That strong sense of purpose keeps her steady, even when death stands inches away. When you know why you are fighting, it becomes easier to control how you fight. There are also times when she cannot save someone. When despite all her effort, a life fades. Those moments hurt her deeply. But even then, she does not allow the loss to destroy her ability to help the next person. She carries grief, but she keeps moving. That balance between feeling and functioning is rare. Claire teaches us that calmness is not about being cold. It is not about shutting down emotions. It is about choosing the right emotion for the moment. In a crisis, the right emotion is focus. The right action is movement. The right mindset is clarity. In a world ruled by swords and power, her greatest weapon is her steady mind. And when death walks into the room, she does not run from it. She meets it with steady hands. Fear is a shadow that follows everyone. But some people face it without letting it take control. Jamie Fraser is one of them. In a world filled with betrayal, battle, and brutal choices, Jamie's calm is not quiet or polite. It is raw, resilient, and alive. It is a strength forged in fire. From the first time we see him, Jamie moves with awareness. Every glance counts. Every step is measured. Danger is never far, yet he does not flinch at its presence. Instead, he calculates, adapts, and endures. He understands that fear is natural, but letting it rule your actions is deadly. In the Highlands, single misstep can cost a life. His calm often turns those missteps into survival. Jamie's calm is not born from detachment. It comes from love, loyalty, and responsibility. He carries the weight of family, friends, and people who depend on him. That weight could crush a man, yet it steadies him. When enemies close in, when a sword is at his throat, when the cries of the dying echo around him, Jamie finds a center inside himself. A quiet spot where panic cannot reach. Pain does not break him. It sharpens him. Whether facing physical wounds, near-death experiences, or emotional betrayal, Jamie does not lash out blindly. He breathes. He assesses, he acts. His decisions are swift, but not rash. Every move counts. His calm is not an absence of fear. It is fear mastered. It's refined into action. One of his most remarkable qualities is how he uses calm as a shield for others. In the middle of a violent skirmish, Jamie does not only think about his own safety, he shields the vulnerable, distracts the enemy, and absorbs the pressure. His composure spreads to those around him, giving them courage they might not find alone. Calm in his hands becomes contagious, even in moments that would shatter anyone else of betrayal by a trusted friend. The looming threat of execution or the uncertainty of war, Jamie stands firm. He listens before he speaks. He measures before he acts. His mind is a battlefield of thoughts, yet he does not let the chaos spill outward. Calmness is not weakness here. It is survival, and sometimes it is the difference between life and death. Love anchors him. His connection with Claire Fraser is a source of stability. Knowing that someone relies on him, trusts him, and believes in him gives him clarity. Calmness is not just a personal armor, it is a tool to protect those he loves. Jamie's resilience also teaches a quiet lesson about courage. Courage is not loud. It is not